there, everyone. I'm the Gross Kitty, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. If you missed last video, I will link it up above. But last video, we unfortunately lost two people. Sayaka was murdered over the night, and Junko was killed in the gym for attacking Monokuma. And we are now at the class trial. I've been waiting for this because I've been told that the class trials are really fun, and I cannot wait to start this. I'm so happy because from now on, I don't know what to expect. From now on, I don't know what to expect, and I'm happy. So, before we get into the video, make sure you like the video if you did like this video, and leave a comment on your thoughts on the video or any games you would like to see me play in the future. Consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. I will upload very frequently, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. On to the video! Alrighty, there we are, right at the big red double door. Now I finally figured out what this door is for. Maybe I don't want to go. Actually, do you have to be at the class trial? Hi, everyone. Everyone's too close. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. Thank you, Taka. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but Taka's not. Doesn't sound like Taka is. I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both knew that all too well. But then who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Leon's got them crazy eyes in the corner there.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Who's more creepy than that? Holy cow. Let's talk to Byakuya. Well then, time has finally come. Are you ready? Okay. How about you, Celeste? Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Taka?
Got it.
Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Let's talk to Kyoko. Let's get started. Okay. Well, we're gonna go... I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey.
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. Something tells me she's already... With that statement, something tells me she already has. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descending with heavy clunks surrounding toward the school's basement. Okay, so right now my highest suspects are either Leon or Byakuya, and then Celeste and Hifumi are also kind of suspicious. They tried to lead on that, why can I never remember her name? Chihiro was, may have been suspicious, but I honestly think Chihiro could not have done this. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time has finally come. But you're not guilty!
Oh.
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! I also heard I'm not gonna have to do much talking this video with the voices. What do you think? Does it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total crap. Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now. Hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Oh boy. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. The dead people get their own signs too? Really? Which also meant it'd be easier for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Oh boy. I like this picture. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Of course I want to save. And you see all my saves. Open e-handbook. Okay, we got the truth bullets here. So we got the Monokuma file, evidence of struggle, replica sword, replica sheath, switching rooms, toolkit, Makoto's cleanliness. Still like the way they worded that. Saika's wrist, dying message, bathroom door frame, bathroom doorknob, dorm nameplates, kitchen net safe, Aoi's account, trash duty, incinerator, burnt shirt piece, shattered crystal ball. Okay, so I just got done editing the last video, so a lot of this is still fresh in my mind, thank goodness, because I'm gonna need it. Oh, I have a present. I'm not gonna use it right now though. Set skills. There we go. I think I had a melodious voice or something like that. Yes. We'll set that. Did I just shoot it? Sure. I think I just said it. Class trial, all rise. Oh, so it's like an actual trial.
With a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Why not?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I knew I liked her. She said the same thing I did.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
That's nice, but morbid at the same time.
Penetrates?
Okay, Hifumi, wrong topic.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about anything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear? Sure. I think I could probably figure it out. Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono. Yeah, we know that part already, Papa.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Yes.
In the bathroom.
Yes.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
I'd say no.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
I'd say no. I did it! I figured it out! I clicked the
Just
wrong
a
thing.
second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Yeah. Definitely.
A struggle? Between who and who?
That's the question, isn't it?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
That's obvious with the way the door
She must
was.
have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene.
Exactly.
Shouldn't even need explaining.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Sorry.
Chihiro, dun dun.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Probably the knife sticking out of her abdomen.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
Yes.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random
No.
knife they had on him.
No!
How could anyone do something
God.
like that? Son of a...
My... Hold on. I feel like what I just heard is different from what I already know.
So what was
Oh,
used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
My mouse got caught in my mouse pad
That
on
is
the
the
corner.
murder weapon.
So the killer used
No.
some random knife they...
No, it's wrong.
You tell him, Makoto.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
Yeah?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Crap, because it's spoken, I may have to do something about Mondo.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's
Hmm.
right.
You would say that.
Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. With more proof to be
The nameplates.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can
The
talk all we
nameplates.
want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us. The nameplates! Because I know darn well that I'm not the killer. But, yes! This time, yes! You can concentrate by holding down the space bar. While you're concentrating, time will slow down. Cool. Sweet. On top of that, I'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this. Focus, gosh. Cool. Massage will recover over time, so the brain take rest. No need to rush. Cool. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yay! I like this music. Awie's account. Possibly.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? You did it in secret.
No, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to yeah, and then all the knives were still there, but when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
So the one who actually deals the killing blow will be the one considered blackened. Okay.
And there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Very true.
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Okay.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Oh, there's no
Anyway,
accomplices.
I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then
Sayaka would have been right next to
who
him.
did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nope.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
They're both girls!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Oh no, Taka!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility.
Why is it Celeste
Right,
always
Hina?
seems suspicious?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Sayaka grabbed it, huh? Summoner's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was obviously Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Yeah, we're back to square one.
See? He did do it after all.
Mention the nameplates.
You're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Darn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide
Thank you.
conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Thank you.
And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Sure. Wait, another thing. What was missing from the crime scene? The hair! As things advance for the Hangman's Gambit, play this trials. Yeah. Okay, so it's basically Hangman. Okay. You shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence, gosh. This gauge reaches you fail. Great. Something should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be a crucial point. If we can figure, it's got to be the hair. It is. Okay. Well, it's hair, right? Yeah, what? Yeah. It is hair.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Oh yeah, I have a sprained ankle, so I'm just trying to move it around a little bit, sorry.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
I completely forgot about
The reason
that.
all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Well, no, because you would remove the body from the room.
That makes sense, does it not?
No, because you would remove the body from the room without. What's the point if you wouldn't move the body from the room?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
I really knew I liked her.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Now she's
I
smiling.
would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
The door.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled to get into the bathroom, and the evidence that proved this is the broken doorknob. Bathroom doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
There is no lock. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Sure, here, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in the debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. You use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also... Okay. I get it. Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No.
And finally,
No!
the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
To finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
No. Yeah.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
But the killer...
my bathroom didn't open
But the killer didn't know it was Sayaka. It was Makoto's bedroom because the nameplates were switched.
After all,
Oh.
girls' rooms are the only ones with walk-in bathrooms, right?
Yes,
Oh.
now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door...
Actually, I think that brings luck on his side because now he can figure out Sayaka's murderer.
That's not lucky at all!
Sorry, killer.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Yes! The nameplates! The nameplates! Crime took place.
I got it!
Yeah.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
Well, why are you assuming it's a
And
guy?
yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident.
The
But
toolkit.
The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Exactly.
That is a definite possibility.
Thank you.
So the killer would
Yakuya.
have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Thank you, Toko.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Okay, but you can't do that.
What happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
No.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah. That's on chance right now.
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
Celeste.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the
That's
key somewhere
ominous.
and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
No.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
No.
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Door wasn't busted. Can't be picked. The Sayaka made that promise. I have a theory. What if Sayaka tried to kill the actual killer? And that's why she's the one who switched the door and the nameplates. To lure the killer in and then kill him to get out because of that frickin' motive video.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just
No,
let
because
him
of the
in.
promise.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Everyone hates you.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Sorry, that was rude. The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. I already had the answer. Well, it's probably a switch. Let me see. So it's gotta be the switching rooms.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
I like her. I said it before, I said it again. I like her.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Sayaka, she did, didn't she? It's a rubbing. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? She did switch the nameplates.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appear.
Oh,
Brain.
man.
Think
I've
brain.
totally seen people do that on detective shows. And you're right, it can leave an imprint.
Yeah.
sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
I do it all the time just for fun. It's so fun.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh.
Which means
So the
only
notepad
someone
was
who had been
relevant.
in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
It was signed by Sayaka.
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Exactly. Then that note. Sayaka wrote it?
but why? Why would she write that?
Because she knew that you were gullible enough to help her.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
You got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation. What young man could resist?
As much as I don't like him, honestly, I couldn't disagree.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh?
Are you sure?
What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to
Yeah,
say?
she's sounding really suspicious right now.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay. We got dorm nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms,
Correct.
correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says,
My room.
What? Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Yeah.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly.
The room that Makoto was...
The nameplates.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Exactly.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person. Killer, me, or Sayaka. Sayaka?
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Yeah. Make sure to check the
She
nameplates.
specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To frame
To
someone.
understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you idiot.
Exactly.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
Oh, there's renovations going on below me, so if you hear any outside noise, just ignore it.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because the sheath? No! No, the broken wrist with the gold flake, sorry.
Shoot! I got it!
Gold flakes.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
I just got an epiphany. What if she went to attack the person she invited over? The killer broke her arm, broke her wrist to stop her from attacking. But then somehow it led to the killer stabbing with the kitchen knife.
Right there where her wrist is
Like
all
she
swollen.
dropped the.
There's something glittery
Oh! She got hit. She got hit with the gold sword, and that broke her wrist. And then she dropped the knife, and then the killer picked up the knife and she ran. That makes sense.
Is that gold?
That might be
It sure
right.
is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick
I
right
think
to
the
you.
killer used the sword.
And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yeah.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
That happened in my room. And what led to Sayaka's death. That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Sure, why not? Yeah. I'll start with multiple truth bullets in your truth cylinder. Only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots. Okay. Q rotates it. Okay, that's press and release Q. To cycle through each port. That's an odd button. Or you can use the mouse wheel. But my mouse wheel is really touchy, so it will go like all the way around. The logic difficulty would be set to mean. Oh yeah, because I went to the highest difficulty. Oops. Replica sword. Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Yes. Okay.
When the fighting broke out,
No.
the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
It was that one. Okay. Because the sheath had scratches
Actually,
on it.
no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Like, Sayaka attacked the killer grabbed the knife but didn't have time, so he used the sheath with the knife and held it up to stop the attack, and then dropped the sheath, and then broke her wrist. Okay.
Something sharp. You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
That makes sense.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Yeah.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as
Okay, so
Well.
how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
I like her.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Which was Sayaka.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there.
No.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed
That
the
is
sword
a-
to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too.
Yeah, but why would she invite someone to her room if that were the case?
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think
Because the gold flakes were on her wrist, not on her palms.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The hand, where the blood was only on the finger. Part of her body that never... Her palms, yeah.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
See the gold
Like I
flakes.
said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
Yeah.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Well, I'm also excited because one of the TV shows I'm watching, the episode airs in an hour, so...
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Where did that come from?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because the water was off because it's nighttime. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m.
And the water's off at
In
nighttime.
other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh. Take care of yourself, Toko. Hifumi, wrong subject.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
Okay, back to the other topic.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Okay.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka. Would have been Sayaka.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
She dealt the
But
first
we
blow.
already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Yep.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka.
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
She was trying to frame Makoto. My theory was correct from last episode.
No, far from it.
Honestly,
Almost
seeing the
as
motive...
if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Seeing the motive video made me hate her a little less. Sorry, dislike her. I don't hate her.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Yeah. Because the group was like her family. If she saw them dead, she would want to get out and make sure they're okay.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms.
Yeah, so she planned all this out beforehand.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yeah.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
So obviously the killer's gonna be a guy. Because Celeste wouldn't care, Kyoko probably wouldn't care, Toko probably wouldn't care, Chihiro maybe. Am I missing any girls? We ruled out Junko because Monokuma killed her. What girl? Am I missing it? Oh, Aoi and Sakura were together.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Yep.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Yep.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
And how many would believe Makoto, a regular student, over the ultimate pop sensation?
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Hey, you never know.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Yeah.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
I actually agree with that statement.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
And that explains why she was talking to Makoto so much.
And her plan backfired.
Yeah, I don't think she... I think she liked Makoto, but... A lot of people, family comes before love interest. And the group was like her family, I guess.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
Alright, Makoto.
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument!
Have we, though?
You're being super boring right now!
Well, yeah.
Come on, hurry up and decide who did it!
Well, yeah, well, you've already ruled out what happened. We just gotta figure out who she invited.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Are we being timed?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
The dying message,
If we
the dying
can't uncover
message.
Who murdered Sayaka? It's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. The dying message. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yep.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Yes, there is.
there still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Yep.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037.
I don't think that's right.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes, because of the blood on her finger. The left index finger. Yes.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Says Leon. It definitely says
That's your
Leon.
hero. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Yes, I knew I liked her.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
Look at him upside down.
Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but...
Yeah, I see the connecting line. I saw the
looking at it
connecting line.
now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth...
Excuse me.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Hifumi, your
But
topics.
even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Yeah. Darn it. It's no use. I just don't know. Are you kidding me?
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Yep. Rotate it. I think maybe I see something.
Oh my... Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
She did.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
She
So,
did.
Whose name did she write?
Leon. See, it was me! It was me all along. Threw you guys for a loop, didn't I? He even looks scared.
Here's my answer.
Still the sassiest baseball
The key
player
to
ever.
solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing.
Wait, the
180
crystal ball!
degrees.
I just thought of something.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just
That's
a
mild.
coincidence.
Oh.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to
Oh.
look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you can write upside down like me.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
The cup.
Evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The cup, 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 cup. Okay.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
The cup.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on that.
But it was locked, so it couldn't have been Hifumi, so obviously the old and the incinerator was off, so they used the crystal ball to throw it, and the only one who could probably throw it like that is probably Leon, because he's the ultimate baseball star.
And to dispose of the
Oh,
shirt covered in the victim's
okay,
blood,
that makes
they
more
threw it into the
sense.
incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But Is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That is very true.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine.
Yeah, he.
With just that one little charred piece, there's
It's
no way
definitely
to say for sure
Leon.
who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Here it remains with a button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to. When it was disposed of, how it was disposed of, where. It's probably either how or where. Where? Okay. Well, fine then. It was probably how.
I got it! If you look closely at how the shirt
didn't
was
matter
disposed
when.
of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator. The crystal ball, the crystal ball, the crystal ball. The crystal ball.
The key to the trash room.
Gosh darn it.
Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
Okay. Whoops. Okay. We got
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy.
There it is.
No, it's wrong.
Oh, he mad. He's mad.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in the room. Just throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Yeah. The incinerator was turned off last time he was in there.
Hifumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
The ultimate baseball star could.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because they were the ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Yeah, he's sweating.
50 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These shepherd brains have got it all wrong. I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument. Sure. What's the closing argument? In this case, you have to complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Cool. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, closing. Okay, so I'm gonna add these off camera and then play it. Alright, I think I got it.
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
Hey, you wanna watch with me? It's a
From
comic
what we
book.
can tell, Sayaka invited that person
No, you
there
don't wanna watch.
intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Oh. What? Okay. Okay. Maybe that one then.
The killer is you!
Oh, I thought it was on his back.
Then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife,
I think this is cool.
and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
I feel kind of
It would appear
bad.
that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
When someone starts talking like that, they're probably guilty.
All of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence. The first bullet time battle is about to begin. Shh, yeah? Okay. This is BTB or BTW. Okay. During the BTW, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time and rhythm. Match your button presses to each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the right mouse button unlock to an opponent to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the left mouse press. Tempo marker reaches the center. Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be in pain. You'll start a combo. Okay. What evidence is there to prove it? What other evidence do we have? Okay. So nothing, you'll come victorious. Okay, yeah. Good luck and have fun. The toolkit!
When the
Right!
broke
The
back of door
toolkit!
lock, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
Hey. I had to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. It's the toolkit! It's the toolkit! It's the toolkit! It's the toolkit! It's the toolkit!
Where's your proof?
How do I...
You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie!
I'm not getting it.
Shut up! Where's your proof?
Hi, buddy.
Not a chance.
Hey. Boy, stop playing with the cord.
I refuse to give up yet.
That's my TV cord. I get it. It's just... I'm not really used to a mouse. Oh, what if I do this? I have two mouses. Ugh.
They didn't. So what did the killer use?
I refuse to. Stupid. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So, I'm trying to use the mouse on my touchscreen mouse pad, but I kind of broke it a little bit trying to play Among Us, so I'm trying.
I refuse to give up yet.
So do I have to click it every time?
When the killer broke the... So what did...
I refuse to... Stupid!
Oh!
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied.
Oh.
Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Shut up. Stupid. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof?
I got it.
Where's your proof?
I figured it out.
This should prove it. The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Yeah, and what's his name? Mondo said none of them had them opened yesterday, which means the killer must have opened it last night.
Tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something
Mondo's
else,
account.
you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Sweet. Yay. Yep.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money. The blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch.
What the heck is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So that's why
I killed her first.
none of you are any different.
One wrong step, and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You'd expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. But if what we came up with is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Yeah. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. Yeah. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends, to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did what it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So, when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Yeah. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but on the inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that? All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure would leave a bruise. If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Darn it! Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did. Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself. In the heart of the moment, it was self-defense. How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong? You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intention to commit murder? No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? But he killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him! Swa? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind. Uh-oh. Did you awaken your sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetrate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
And this part is copyrighted, so I'm gonna figure out what to do. I think the music's copyrighted too, so I'm probably gonna have to override it or something. Baseballs. Oh, it's like a batting ring. Is it a Gatling gun? Ow. Oh. Yeah. That would... Yeah, ow. He's hitting them! Ow. Okay, yeah, that would kill someone. I didn't want to see that. I knew I was gonna see something, but it hit. His face. Yeah, he did. He did. What we saw. That was the true factor of face of despair? I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it? Woo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumped right out of control. What's going on? I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties to the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Man, F you. Why the F are you doing all this evil crap crap to us? Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in any case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal? It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying fit together. You piece of crap. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your butt into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets in the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place? You're trapped, aren't you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever? What are you trying to say? I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before. Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all. When you said everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to see some of the fun for later. Is someone watching this? And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices were dead. But it was in that moment. Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? I really like her. She moved in close and whispered into my ear. Before we head back,
Makoto.
there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out. I told you to before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. Did for me. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that. Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision, that's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now. Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What? The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her. That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was. She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon? Sayaka? I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile. Aw, I just noticed something. She wears gloves all the time like I do. I wonder if she has an important reason like I do. By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic. Huh?
What?
Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1 to survive. The end. You're dead. We're down to 12. To be continued. Got an item. You received the Despair Bat present. Okay. Well, now that the class trial's over, I will end the video here. Feel free to leave a comment before you go and leave a like if you did like this video. Consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. I will upload very frequently, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. I will see you all later. Bye. Peace.